I hope traders and investors alike were green on Friday. I hope everybody's had a great weekend. Hope you had family time to rest and relax. This week we're coming into a not a huge week or anything, but we are coming into a big week. We do have a lot to go over. Even though that earnings season is at the end or at the tail end of earnings season, they're still giving us a nice week this week. So Monday you have Zoom, Palo Alto. You can see up here at the top, NVIDIA, Zoom, Salesforce, Macy's, XP, Peloton, JD, Snow, Dollar Tree, Dick's, Affirm, Marvel, Dollar General, Ulta, Workday, Dell, Splunk. So we have all these names in here, and this is listed posted into the Discord as well. Workday. So there's just a lot of strong names here. We also have a busy week with econo data. So Tuesday morning we have the PMI composite. Thursday morning we have GPD. Friday personal income, and Friday afternoon, well, still Friday morning at 10 a.m. Big Daddy Powell speaks himself. So that's some market moving information, some good opportunities there. Let's take a look at the charts. We have a lot to talk about. I want to start out by taking a look at the sectors, just a quick glance at all of them, and you can see the move was pretty broad. The move down Friday was pretty broad, market participation to the downside. You can see sectors like XLB, which is materials, with a bigger candle, banks, financial sector with a bigger candle to the downside, communications come in big time, and you can see other more safety areas like utility, pretty flat, waiting for the moving averages to catch up there. But overall, you can see the move to the downside. So we are expecting a pullback now. The question is how far are we pulling back? Let's get the right list here. So start off as always with AMC's, first on the list. You can see we've rolled back under several major moving averages here. Definitely still watch this one just because it's a meme stock. You never know what's going to happen. You can draw a line across there and see if you can find some support. Looks like you're right there at it. Which overall you got that rounded top. The put to call ratio is moving back into the bearish zone at 101. The oscillators for the NASDAQ, a negative 101, so we are cooling off on the bearish side of neutral. Same for the New York Stock Exchange, negative 93, still in the neutral area, but on the negative side. The S&P 500, the SPX, you can see one of the big levels we were watching for last week was the 50, and it almost touched the 50 before it seemed rejection. The dollar, as we said down here, that we were expecting it to push up, and that's exactly what we've gotten. Played that with UPP. I'm not sure how far it's going to go, but this is one of the reasons that's putting pressures on the market. We're seeing bonds pull back, we're seeing the dollar push up, and we're seeing an overextended market. Now the VIX did move up, but we are still in this downtrend. If we were to take this downtrend out, UVXY calls. By us holding this downtrend right here like this, if we see rejection at the top of this trend, watch your 9 for support. But if we get below that 9, your 9 moving average, and the VIX pulls back, watch UVXY puts. You can see, we talked about this last week, the VIX has a thing that's been gapping up at pre-market and then pulling back. Gapping up in pre-market, market open, and it gives you an opportunity to go short in the afternoons. It's definitely something to keep an eye on. Crude trying to push back up, still in that downtrend. Natural gas posted this chart in the Discord and actually to Twitter too. Natural gas looks so good here. So we got this cup and handle. Just got to clear these levels right here, and this looks like it wants to move up. We're coming in, fall is approaching us as well. So not only do we have all the the FUD going on with natural gas already with Russia and all that. There's all that kind of stuff going on. Seasonal natural gas likes to heat up in the, as fall is coming into winter. Remember, the market thinks ahead. So the market's looking ahead. So they're looking for it to already start pumping now as, we're ending in, summer's coming to an end. So the Apple here, Apple's been an absolute beast. It has pulled back to the 9. This MACD, this can get a bounce off the 9. It's exactly what I normally look for when I say buy the 9. I'm looking for stocks that roll right back to the 9 on the daily chart, and I'm looking for a push off. That's really my buy the 9 strategy really works on. I know we play the 9 on intraday, but that whole buy the 9 strategy is mainly off the daily chart. But there may be a little more weakness here this time with overall market participation. It's definitely one to watch. Still looks stronger than a lot of these other charts. So if you look at AMD here, so you have this rounded top coming in. But this also looks like, if you look at it, also looks like a little cup and handle. So it looks like an inverted or an upside down cup and handle, inverted cup and handle. Definitely looks like some downsides possibly coming into it. Watch your 20 on your daily or on your weekly for support, or your 9, then your 20 on your weekly. We have lost the 20 on the daily, so I would prefer to see this open, and when it opens up, still remain below the 20 before I would think about going short. I really wouldn't want to see it push up and open up above it. In pre-market, looking for a short, I want to see it below the 20 on the daily, and I'm going to watch the 9 and 20 here on the weekly for support on the way down. Affirm. So this was, we mentioned in the last video, this was looking rounded topish. We got below the 9, had to move down. We actually said look for a move to the 20. Come right back here in the support. Now we have earnings coming in this week. Look at your MACD. Your MACD is trying to cross here. RSI is cooling off and weaker than the market. This is the S&P 500. This is the move on Affirm. So that's showing a ton of weakness here. You can also see this level right here is a previous level of support. Or, down here it was resistance. It's acted as support coming into here. So it can act as support again now. So just be careful. I would want to get below this line before I was to look for a short opportunity on that. But it's definitely looking weak. You can see traded down big time on Friday, and then just traded flat. Didn't even have any energy to try to push back up with. Just hung out down there flat. AA, we had this little inverted head and shoulders. We broke out of it. Just never got the steam to really push up. Now it's back below the 9. If we can get below, this is a big level of support here. So if we can get below this, look for some short opportunities. We could easily see a bounce back off of this level as well. This, like I say, we can see it. It's been a pretty hefty level to try to clear here. So it can be the same way trying to get back below. Amazon 15-minute chart, chopping around, rough day Friday. This is Amazon's weekly chart. You can see it's put in this little rounded bottom, trying to form like a little cup and handle here on the weekly. AMC traded pretty flat down here Friday. Tried to push up it going into pre-market. At market open, they just took profits. Couldn't take the 50 out. You can see the 50 on your 15 could have been an entry. You could have used that for a rejection there. Seeing it come back here after it was failed here, you could have looked for a rejection there. AMD, big pullback, flag, big pullback, flag. Still no strength at the end of the day. Amgen, this looks good. We've been chopping around this area for a while. We put in a nice base through this area. Trying to get back above this level of resistance here. I believe if we can get above this, this thing will finally push. It's got to remain above the 9, but the 9 this time is going up with it. Amazon's daily chart, you can see the 200 here was resistance. We lost the 9 this day and was able to take it back. Now we have lost the 9. MACD's trying to cross the downsides a little bit weaker. It's trading about the same weakness as the market looks like. I would watch the 20 for support, look for a move down to the 20 here. If we can't get a push up there, I would go back and watch this gap. So we're coming into this gap area here, so we got to keep an eye on that. And that's probably just about right where the 20 is. So I would look for a move to the top of this gap, see if we can get a bounce, and then pull back into it. Apple. This is Apple's 15-minute chart, and you can see the last few days has been kind of rounding off there. So that's just a look at intraday on Apple. Apple's weekly chart, big push here. This was such a beast, really strong stock, but we're seeing some serious rejection there at the top of this Bollinger Band. Naturally, we need to pull back and push back up, pull back and push back up. So we just been going, looking at this chart here, it's just been going straight up. It needs to pull back. So for the next, hopefully for the next leg up. Now it can pull back and continue down, but this is more or less what I'm expecting a lot of these things to pull back, kind of retest, and then push back up, heading, with upwards momentum, hopefully. Boeing here, rolling back over. It has lost a 9 already and the 20. So if we remain below the 20, I would look for a move down, see if we can fill this little gap here. Watch for a gap fill and a move down to support level. Bitcoin. Now you can see the MACD is wanting to roll. The PPO is wanting to roll as well. Weekly chart back below the 200. Looks like we're even back below the 9 right now. On the weekly, it's any man's guess right now. Here's Bitcoin's daily chart. You can see the last 2 days. Friday, the big down candles recovered a little bit the last 2 days. Boeing, quick move down and just traded flat Friday. Chewy, this is one we called for a short on Friday, rolling over. This opened up below this 200 right down to the support level. Now, as you can see, this is a big area of support. If we can clear this level here, look for a move down to your 50. It's got to get below that level. It's a pretty big level, so we can easily see some rejection. Now you got a little cup and handle action here, really, but I see this little triangle breaking out of it. Worth keeping an eye on. Little bull pennant there. You can see energy just ripping, been strong. It's actually provided a nice short opportunity in the afternoon. DVN, this has been just an absolute beast. This is an all-time favorite in the Discord. It's just been an absolute beast last week, and definitely one to still keep an eye on. It's extended, but hey, if they come for it, they come for it. Dollar Tree needs to get above this area here to push up. It's been banging around in this area for a while, but I did notice this little symmetrical triangle, and coming into earnings this week, they may try to front run it. If we can take this triangle out, we're struggling below the 9 here, but if we take it out either way, this can provide a trade. We got to take the 9 out to go bullish. We got to take the 20 out to go bearish. Either way, this can provide a trade. So it's definitely worth watching on, being in the apex like that. ExxonMobil right into this previous level of resistance. Remember, I haven't drawn any lines on these charts. Not support resistance lines in quite some time. We just started putting tags on. So this is coming right back to a previous level. The last 2 days, you've been able to use this level for a trade. Remember, find these levels, get these levels on your charts, and you can build a plan around these levels. When the stock gets to the level, then you go after it instead of chasing it. GME, just weakness here, back to the 50 and 200. Any man's guess there. Probably more downside, but I don't want to bet on it. Google, I would watch this area. It's coming right back. Your 20s telling you got some support, but I would watch this area. I would get that line drawn. Looks like you may be just a touch under it, but under that line, I'm bearish, expecting it to come right back down to the bottom of the channel. Eventually, doesn't mean it's got to go straight there. Watch the 50. We get below this 20, you watch your 50. Your MACD is rolling. It's still showing a little weaker than the market here. Qs, same thing with the Qs as everything else. It didn't hit the 200. It took this level out before the SPY did, but it did not hit its 200. It's just showing some weakness after a nice run here. Let's keep in mind this was even though it felt pretty hot, we pushed up, we pulled back, we pushed up, we pulled back a little bit, pushed up, pulled back, pushed, and looks like we're rolling over a little bit. It's had a nice run. Watch for the 20, but most likely we're going to be coming right back to this area. This is the major level I'm going to be watching for to see how we act when we get there. If we come back there, some stocks may not, not everything may not come back there, but that's going to be the level. Like we were looking on the way up, watching on the way up to take that level out. Now we're going to be watching to see if we can hold support at that level. See downtrend on the intraday 15-minute chart for the Qs. I had to take this chart out. Looks like we've already took that downtrend. That chart was supposed to be removed. Other Qs weekly, had this big push up. It looks like we need to push up, come back, do some retesting, and push up again. That's what I'm hoping for, is just to pull back, a few days, maybe a week, and then continue to push higher. So, but that's going to provide a lot of opportunities. If that's exactly what we do, it sure looks like that's what we want to do. And if that's what we do, that's going to provide a lot of opportunities. See, your bonds here are weak as well. Your dollar's strong, your bonds are weak. So that's going to, this will bring us short-term movement. Bonds are weak right now, dollar strong. This will help pull the market back. The market will most likely follow bonds down. You can see your MACD's pretty bearish here below the 50. Would not be surprised. We're on the edge of the Bollinger Bands. We could easily push back up for, the next move down. But it looks like we do want to pull back here with a lot of things. IWM right into the 50. The 50 was resistance on the weekly. Another big level we were looking for with the IWM. We hit it and seen rejection. That could have been a planned trading this week. We were looking this level, watching these levels. We've talked about these levels a mess of times. And several different videos, the daily level videos, these are the levels we've been watching for. Pushed right into it and seen rejection. So that was just a easy money play. IWM, now we did take the 200 out here, and now we're back below. This is the daily chart, so we're below the 200, we're back below the 9. Watch for a move down to the 20. Would not be surprised to come back to this area. Maybe find support there. If we can't hold in this area, then we'll probably come back to the 50. But let's watch these areas first, your 20, and more importantly, this level here. Would not be surprised your MACD's wanting to roll here. Showing about the same as the S&P 500 as for, moving with the market. IWM Friday, actually, it looks like it held in considerably better than some of the other stuff. And this is JP Morgan. I just wanted to throw another bank in here. You can see big push up, but look, we have a rounded top. This is a signal, very powerful signal. You can see it worked here. We pull back. We have a rounded top here. Below the 9, look for a move back to the 20. We take the 20 out. We look for a move for the 50. You can draw a line right across the top of here, and that'll give you a support area. Look for a move down to that area. Watch your 20-day. Coke, defensive names. Some of these defensive names are looking really strong. We'll be talking about them in the Discord. We can only make these videos so long, but you can actually draw a trend line right through here, and it's been coming back and pushing, coming back and pushing. We're back above a major support level or major resistance level, which has now become support. The 9's on its way up. See if the 9 can help push us up there. Mara, rounded top. We were looking for short action on this. We were looking for short action on all the crypto stocks Friday. McDonald's here. McDonald's is getting close to an all-time high. It's not. I think I actually called it at an all-time high last week, which was actually wrong. I thought we were a little closer than what we were, but you can see we talked about this base in a previous video. We pushed up out of it, retested the same levels, pushed back up. Now we're back above this level of resistance, which is now support. See if the 9 will catch up and help push us up. Another safety name, value name, Meta. This downtrend should have been changed. I meant to redraw this, but you're right back into a downtrend here, rolling over. You lose these moving averages, Meta's going to come down probably considerably. Just not my favorite stock right now. It hasn't been for a while. They need to get some issues fixed, and maybe they can start making money and start trading good again. Just investors are tired of seeing them not make money. Pull back on Friday, intraday. Microsoft has this gap here we've been watching for. We're getting close to it. Let's see if we can get a gap fill and possibly see if we can find some support on the other side. We've lost a 9. Possibly we take this gap out, we can get a move down to the 20 pretty easily. MACD's trying to roll there as well. Microsoft intraday showing a pullback on Friday, but not as strong as some of the other ones. MRO, we've taken out this 50 here. MRO looks pretty decent. Looks like it's took this like little trend out here, downtrend out here. Also got like cup and handle-ish right there. It has took these out. Watch, it can be one of the energy names we're watching this week for possible moves up. Netflix never took this, we tapped this gap. This was a level of interest we were looking for, tapped the gap and failed. But now we're below the 20, the 9 and 20. There's so much drama going on there. That court date's coming up soon. NVIDIA, down candle on Friday, coming into earnings this week. Remember, they guided down 2 weeks or so ago coming into earnings, and they pulled back on that. See what their earnings are going to be this week. See if they're sandbagging like Walmart or if they're really going to have a decent earnings. Oxy, just a huge move, just a wow move. I don't know if I would want to chase this candle. Stay tactical if you want to trade this. I'm not saying I won't watch it. If it has volume coming into it, I'll trade it, but I'm going to stay tactical with it. Palantir, rounded top. We were looking for a move down. Friday's morning's video, we're expecting a move down. Exactly what we got. Palantir 15-minute chart, big move down. That would have paid some nice bills there. Peloton, we broke below this 9. Move right back to the level that we pointed out, this support level here. Watch this level in the 20-day. If we can take those out, watch for a move down to the 50. Plug, a lot of these names are still trying to show some strength, but Plug lost this support level that it was resistance. It took it out, and it lost a 9 as well. If we could have continued weakness, watch for a move down to the 220. MACD's rolling over. Real estate showing weakness here as well. Broke down below the 9. MACD's wanting to roll. Roblox, MACD's already crossed open. We did breach the 20, so we continue down. Possible move down to this 50 in this area. Watch, I would draw a line across here because it was, it was resistance here, putting the pattern in, so it can act as support. It may try to push back up and retag to 20 before the next move down, so I would keep an eye on that area. May find some support there. You may have some buyers who bought there coming in to defend their area, their positions. SPX lost a 9. 200 resistance, the area we were expecting to get a reaction at, and we did. We got a reaction to the downside. SPX again, should not be 2 SPX charts in here. A CRM, now this is rounding as well, below the 20 here. MACD's trying to cross. We could easily see a move down to the 50 here if the market does pull back. CRM intraday, you can see the pullback on Friday. Snow as well, below the 20 there. So a lot of these charts are looking, it's the same story. MACD's crossing, rounded topish, wanting to roll over, taking moving averages out. SoFi, we talked about maybe holding here at this area. We took that out. I'd watch for some downside. Your next level of support, I hate to say it, but we found good support down here already. We could easily see it come back. It could go back up and work on filling that gap as well. I mean, we never know which way they're going to go, but we try to get the best idea we can using technical analysis. You can see the diamond here. The diamond did take this downtrend out. Coming back, it's retesting this downtrend. Still holding the 9. Well, the MACD is not completely rolled over yet. Let's see how the industrials hold up this week. SPY, we never hit this downtrend. We talked about this Friday that we hadn't hit it yet. A lot of people, this chart was supposed to be off. A lot of post on Twitter and stuff talking about this downtrend when we never hit that. The 200 was the target, and that's where we got a reaction. That's where we're pulling back. SPY right into the 9, just what we talked about last week. The 200, the 50 weekly, the 200 on the daily was, two huge resistance areas in the same area, plus a fib level that we have in the Discord that was the 3rd level. It all worked out for a move down. I just wanted to put this in here. This is SPXC. This is the refrigeration company I was recommended buying. We finally got up out of this base and pushed up. If you did take this trade, please consider taking profits, or at least taking some profits. Looks like we're trying to lose the 20 here. MACD's wanting to roll. Nice move by the stock, but they don't go up forever, guys. Another SPY chart into the 200 there. Definitely that one chart needs to come out. SPY intraday, you can see the downtrend on Friday. Square, see this rounded topish here. Went right into this level of resistance we were watching, could not take it out, rolling over, blowing through moving averages. MACD's crossing. Watch to see what happens here on this 50. We could see a move on this 50, even if it's just a bounce back up to put in a flag. To push back up for the, we move down, up, to put in the lower high, to move back down for the lower low. Just natural price waves. Sun Power here, got a bearish reversal signal there. XLK, rejection at the 200. This has lost a 9 as well. MACD starting to roll, so seeing signs of tech definitely wanting to pull back. Tesla holding this 50 has been very, pretty flat the last 3 weeks. Nothing real crazy there. You can see it, pushed up, flag, we called that right there. Actually, just a little lower. Goes back to spotting the higher lows. Then we called this candle pattern, got a nice move up. Then we called this little base, and it just not working now. Pulling back. I think a lot of that meme money actually that would have been coming into Twitter was going into the meme stocks, so that didn't help. Below the 9 here, 20 is support. Looking to lose that 20 this week for a pullback. TTD, a lot of these earnings plays that had these gap up on earnings, they're giving them back. Look at this rounded top. So outside of your Bollinger Bands, back into your Bollinger Band, couldn't hold your 9. Filling this gap would put you down around the 20, would put you back to the center of the meme of your Bollinger Bands. Would not be surprised to get a gap fill here. This could be a big play this week. Definitely one to watch. MACD is rolling hard. Tesla intraday, you can see the big pullback here. This actually gave us a nice trend break on Friday and pushed up. Twitter, got to be careful with this one. Just a lot going on there. Uber, another gap play. So we gapped up on earnings right into resistance here, pulling back. If we get below that 20, watch for a move down for a gap fill. UNG, natural gas is super strong right now. Union Pacific, I'd keep an eye on that one. It's basing right back, it come right back, flagging right back to the 9. UNG here, you got the cup and handle breakout, holding this, waiting on a 9 to catch up. Definitely strong there. Upstart, you can see this rounded top action. Upstart intraday, you can see it pulling back. Wells Fargo, weakness. You see this big pullback here on the financials under the 9. We open up under the 9 tomorrow. Look for a move down to the 20. ExxonMobil, I'd still watch this. We took this pattern out, waiting on the 9 to catch up. I still think energy may have some pep into it. And that concludes our video for today. Hope everybody has a great day. See you in the trading room.